Welcome back, folks. It is a wonderful Monday evening. I'm Josephine Sage, filling in for Chief Meteorologist Russ Pappas while he's gone. Let's jump right into the forecast. Right now, we're going to take a look at these weather headlines. We're still expecting, after those warm temperatures of today, those temperatures are going to stay warm as we get even into this evening, into tomorrow, and for the rest of the work week, 10 to 15 degrees above what we're typically used to for that seasonal average. We do have a low pressure system moving on in from the west coast. Low pressure system is usually associated with, well, wetter, a little bit less warm temperatures, I almost would say cool. However, with this one, because we're getting into those later spring, well, into May, those later spring days, we're going to only have just a little bit of a drop in temperatures and a slight chance for some precipitation. We're also expecting sunshine to stick around, a little bit of some cloud coverage for most of these days. However, that's just enough sunshine. It's just warmer temperatures that there is going to be a chance for some river runoff. Not even a chance, there is going to be river runoff and possible flooding happening, especially to the west of us in those higher regions. We'll take a look here. Aerial flood warning is not going to expire at least until May 7th at 1:45 p.m. for Mesa County, and there's an aerial flood advisory for Montrose County over those areas that are in those higher elevation areas, obviously further west of us. And I also want to chat about our radar and our satellite. We'll notice this is that low pressure system that's headed on out, and this is that low pressure system I was just chatting about, kind of centered over Boise, and there's a slight chance that it could be bringing some showers. However, it's only going to be located over those higher elevation areas. That's right, those park ranges, those Gore ranges, even those Elkhead areas, and maybe even those central mountains. But they're going to be very isolated. That means just kind of spotty here, there, and well, it's going to be less than an inch of accumulation, if that happens with these storms of either rain or snow. And our almanac, folks, this is looking into tomorrow. After those mid-80 temperatures this afternoon, we're looking at temperatures of 78 degrees tomorrow instead of our typical 71, and that low end hanging out at 55 instead of our typical 43. So that low end, we're up by even more than 10 degrees. However, that high end of things, just about 5, 6, 7 degrees that we're above there. Now, if we take a look at that record high as of yesterday, we almost broke that during those afternoon hours with those mid-80s, but those record highs are just going to continue to rise as we get into the month of May. Tomorrow, again, 78, Montrose feeling 70, those areas further east hanging out at 61 in Gunnison, 65 in Aspen, and 69 in Glenwood Springs. So all those higher regions above 8,000, 9,000 feet, all that snow accumulation is going to start melting quite significantly. Also, folks, the dog walking forecast for tomorrow with those sunny, warm skies. This is Mr. Frankie. He's going to be hanging out with me all week this week. 9 a.m. feeling 64, noon 69, 3 p.m. also 69. So there's not really going to have that peak temperature except between like that 1 and 2 p.m. hour. And if you want to send me a photo of your dog for the dog walking forecast, please feel free to at jsage@krextv.com. And I want to chat about that pollen forecast, folks, from the Allergy and Asthma Center of Western Colorado. Those trees are on that high end, grasses, weeds, mold, still hanging out on that low end. However, I don't really expect these to shift too much because of the dry, stable air that's sticking around for the long run. I do want to remind you, though, if you're headed out and about to those hiking trails with all that pollen, with all these warmer weather kind of sticking around, ensure you have enough water, bring those snacks, bring those essentials of your compass, your maps, your first aid kit. Wear that breathable and reflective clothing, especially if you're heading out during the sunset or just those later afternoon hours. Be aware of that wildlife. It is rattlesnake season, and always use your common sense, folks. I do want to take a look 2 days out. We've got the system slowly moving across the northeast U.S. today. As we get into Tuesday, that upper level low is moving into the western U.S., kind of basically centered over San Francisco. Now, mind you, that's what's going to bring us a little bit of those cooler temperatures, but it's not going to drop by much. Tonight, we're going to get down to 55 in Grand Junction, 48 in Montrose, and a look ahead, that system's moving out of that northeast U.S. And folks, like I was just saying, that low pressure system over San Francisco has that chance for a little bit of some rain showers, but it's not going to drop our temperatures by much. We'll take a look here. Hanging out at 78 tomorrow, 80 even still on Wednesday. End of the work week, that's when that low pressure system's rolling on and getting us down to 73, 72, 71, 73. Again, Montrose, same kind of trend, just down in those 60s, 66 and 65. So really, it's staying warm, it's staying sunny, and it's going to be beautiful out Western Slope.